Hey there. Today I'm going to show you how the members of the band Blink-182 have changed. You will get to know their ages and life stories in brief. Watch this video till the end to see how all the musicians of this punk rock band looked in their youth and early career and how they look now in 2023. Enjoy watching. When Mark Hoppus was 8 years old, his parents divorced and he began to feel anxious and lonely. His passion for skateboarding and punk rock helped him to escape his sad thoughts. Mark's father introduced him to the Beatles and Billy Joel and gave him a bass guitar. In 1992, Hoppus befriended Tom DeLonge and began writing and performing music with him. Tom called up a drummer he knew, and the guys formed the band Blink. During this period, Mark was living with his girlfriend, who did not share his great love for music and that he spent all his money on equipment. On this ground, their relationship eventually ended. The trio recorded several demo works, and the success of one of them allowed the band to record their debut album Cheshire Cat. The release came out in '95 and was not a huge commercial success, but became iconic for the skate punk scene. After this album, the band changed their name to Blink-182 to avoid a trial with an Irish pop band of the same name. Subscribe to the channel not to miss my new exciting videos about rock stars. Let's keep going. Scott Raynor has traveled an unusual path from alcoholic punk rock star to police officer. Scott became interested in drumming during his high school years under the influence of Metallica. He was in a teenage band performing covers of the Misfits. At the age of 14, Raynor was invited to join the band Duct Tape, which would later become popular as Blink-182. In '97, the band released their second album Dude Ranch, which hit the Billboard charts. The single Damn It went into rotation on all rock radio stations across the country. Amidst tension within the band over Scott's alcohol problem, he was fired from Blink-182. He continued to pursue music and in 2022 became a police officer. Travis Barker is considered one of the greatest drummers of all time. Travis was given a drum kit when he was 4 years old and realized as a child that he wanted to dedicate his life to music. Barker played piano, sang in the choir and surfed, but his passion for the drums was stronger than all of them. After school, Travis worked as a garbage man, and during this period he was recruited to the band Aquabats, where he earned the nickname the Baron von Tito. In '98, Blink-182 invited Barker on tour to replace their former drummer on an emergency basis. Travis learned drum tracks for 20 songs in just 45 minutes before the show. Enema of the State was released in June '99 and was the first album that Barker had a hand in creating. The release was successful and achieved platinum status by the end of the summer. The album is included in the list of the best punk rock albums of all time, and the single All the Small Things is still considered the most famous Blink-182 song. Matt Skiba has contributed to 2 successful albums during his 7-year stay in Blink-182. Having mastered piano and drums as a child, he played in several musical groups. At one point, Matthew decides to switch from drums to guitar. He trained as a designer, but at the age of 20, he makes the decision to leave college to get serious about music. In 1996, Skiba becomes one of the founding members of Alkaline Trio. This Addiction became one of the band's most successful albums, hitting number 11 on the Billboard 200 chart. In 2015, Matt was invited to join Blink-182 after the departure of Tom DeLonge. California was the first release that Skiba participated in. The album topped the charts worldwide and became one of the best-selling albums of 2016. 3 years later, the release 9 premiered, which also had high sales. In 2022, Matt left Blink-182, making room for the returning DeLonge. Tom DeLonge is known to all punk rock fans. In his childhood years, his parents gave him a trumpet, but when he picked up a guitar, his focus shifted to it. In the 3rd grade, Thomas became interested in skateboarding and spent all his free time on it. DeLonge dreamed of becoming a firefighter and participated in a youth program. At age 16, he was expelled from school for attending a drunken basketball game. Fate brought Tom together with Mark Hoppus, with whom he began to work together. Blink-182 became world famous after the album Enema of the State. The next release, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, topped the Billboard charts and further cemented their success in the punk rock genre. After the release of their 5th album of the same name, tensions arose between the band members, and in 2005, it was announced that Blink-182 were taking a leave of absence. During the 4-year break, DeLonge realized creative experiments in his rock band Angels and Airwaves. Watch these videos to see more fascinating transformations of your favorite celebrities. See you in the next video.